I'm the head of the CADA office in Caloocan. And when COVID started, we tried to look for ways to, well, to become relevant, no? To be because when COVID started, everyone was really put on hold. As Gita said, suddenly we realized that what we were doing was not considered an essential service, so we needed to. One of the first things we did was actually to set up a hotline. We even publicized this with a Facebook page of there. And at first, may mga papasok, but then people soon got tired of the hotline, and we became more focused on in our approach. So what we did was what we always wanted to do was to really go for go for our core audience, which is the BADACs. The BADACs, there are 188 barangays in Caloocan. There's supposed to be as many number of BADACs. So how do you operate it? Elmer, dun lang diretso sa yeah, just agenda. Good. That's the one. All right. So we organized a seminar with all our BADAC partners, just to get a feel on what they feel they're ready for during this time. So we tried to do a survey before the seminar, which there were 80 respondents, and then we wanted to go into the what we can do with the survey. Okay, sunod na lang. All right. Okay. Very quickly, we just go through so these are the questions that we asked, the computers, kung meron ba sila, and then projectors. So the equipment that they have, so that we could more or less gauge on what they're capable of doing. TV, speakers. Most of them said yes to our questions, except for this one, no, yung internet connection. Kasi maraming barangay na wala pa, hindi connected sa internet. In fact, maraming barangay na walang barangay hall ngayon. Kasi 'di ba dinaanan sila ng demolition. Most of them were found to be occupying illegal spaces. So we ask these questions where they're comfortable with what kind of a meeting device. So Zoom, Messenger, okay. And then the next question was, do they have the staff? Do they have the budget? And what do they feel? So most of them said they agree that they could fund this program. The idea was to bring the clients to them. See, we based on our survey, na nakita nga dun kanina sa presentation, was konti lang talaga merong internet access sa mga kliyente. Okay, so next one was, okay. So again, they said, okay, we agree that they're quite capable of handling the existing clients within their own barangays. Okay, and then the next. So once we okay with that, once we found that more or less we could deal with the clients through them, we wanted to orient them with a platform. So skip na lang to, Elmer. Yeah. So basically how to get to meet to Zoom. And then so this is the real core of the meeting on how to work offline and online. Also, if we could have a barangay that says we're capable of delivering the service food online, so starting from screening all the way to the regular counseling, and even up to the graduation or completion exercises, we could deal with them through the barangay. So if they're capable of doing an online, we could do that through them again, with the barangay. Okay, so there was a discussion whether it's going to be a synchronous activity. A synchronous activity would have them in one room with the barangay, and we'll have a sort of a video screen, projector, etc. So the lectures and the demos can be done by the pod leader or the facilitator through that projector. And then there could be a interaction even during or um, even after the activity, because this is what we're used to be doing with them. Um, we used to always conduct a group activity that constituted about 70% of their time, and only 30% was done one-on-one. Or we could go into the asynchronous. We could just send them sort of a Moodle through email and discussion boards, and they could access these materials through their own in their own convenience at their own time. And the idea was also to set up chat groups within their own pods. So if that's going to be the case, if it's completely online, we're going to send the materials or the Moodles to the barangay's email addresses, and they'll be the ones to print the materials, just like what Ched is or DepEd is planning to do, I think. So course packs will be made available to the barangay staff, etc. They just print it, and maybe that's where the quiz or the short exams can be made, just to see if the listening comprehension is present. So we're basically treating this as a classroom, because that's how we've always approached the interaction. No? So this is purely for the clients who do not have access to the appropriate tools. As of now, there are supposedly waiting, because there are two major divisions of our clients. One is galing kulungan, the ones who are coming from plea bargaining jail, and the ones who are coming from the barangays, the ones who come in voluntarily to participate in the in CBDR with the end in mind that they will be taken off the watch list once they're done with the sessions, once they get their completion activity. Okay, so we did agree with the barangays, and unfortunately and luckily enough, most of them actually signify their intention to participate. I understand that was the first interaction with them, but because they saw that the team, the CADAW office, especially the North and the South, are ready to accommodate or handle all their questions. And very little resistance, we encountered very little resistance from them. Okay, so they did agree to even print the worksheets for those who have no access practically to the online learnings, and for those who have, then the pods now will be transferred from their usual locations to certain. We still have to agree on which barangays will have a better internet connection, and they'll just be sitting, social distance being observed. 6, maybe maximum 8 students to a room, and basically go through the learning sessions that thankfully we are getting from GNS Group. So yeah, basically that was the agreement yesterday. But I do agree that there's a lot of relearning that's necessary in both sides. On our side, on how to deliver the materials online, because that takes a lot of getting used to. Like the first question was, do we do this face off or face on? Obviously it has to be face on, but there's a lot of hesitation involved on how to be fully connected to the clients or to the students. And secondly, on their part, and how could they be more actively engaged in the sessions. So I think that our meeting tomorrow will be with the Bureau of Jail in Caloocan. We want to to know on how we could use these materials to get more of them off their current situation. So again, using the same modality, if some, at least in the city jail, we could at least agree that they are online. They just need more screens, and they need more maybe connections. Their internet is working well, so we're quite excited to resume our services with them again, because there's been a backlog already with a lot of them. Once the courts have resumed their processes, so the pressure is on us to get more people off the city jail. So on that, we've devised a shortened course, basically just focusing on the understanding of what they need to do once they leave the jail. But that comes after a thorough screening and pre-work assessment that we're also doing with them with the help of our doctors and our psychologists. Yeah, so this is getting to be the new normal, because we're not looking into, well, to be honest, my team in the South has been decimated. No, I think four of my staff have been tested positive for COVID. So it's been a real pressure situation for us, despite the loss of presence in the city hall. We needed to find ways to deliver our services to them. So we're looking to be doing this at least for the rest of the year until situations drastically change. But at least for the next 6 months or so, this will be how we will deliver the services. So our next major activity will be a mass completion, right? There will be a multiple screens. All our graduates per batch will be holding up their graduation certificates. We'll have a group photo, and the whole point of that is we need to put pressure on the decision makers, because they really need to follow up already on the delisting protocol that's been on their table for almost a year now. So this is our role as local government. We have to be more proactive, because the pressure is on us. All the time is with is on the decision makers, but the jails are not getting more decongested. We need to do something so that more people get out of there. And still, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. There's still some listing going on, and some, although to a large extent, tokhang activities have been practically unheard of since COVID started. So that's another discussion we want to table for the next meeting. Thank you.